A key sacred geometry form which contains the incarnating human being is the egg shape of the aura, which contains our multiple nested subtle bodies within it. Egg shapes generate vortices and are also the natural form to travel through vortices. This means that the egg-shaped energy field of the human being is a sacred geometry form which effortlessly fits into and moves naturally through the vortices of higher worlds into physical incarnation. There are also deeper secrets of the Merkaba vehicle of soul travel hidden within the name itself. The term Merkaba or Merkava is said to come from the root rachev in Hebrew, meaning to ride, as in a chariot. However, there is a deeper secret here in the name Merkaba, based on the original primordial language, where every sound carries a tremendous hidden divine power. This knowledge of the hidden powers of each sound was called the Hekau in ancient Egypt, and was called the mystery of the Kabbalistic word in Israel. Mer is the ancient Egyptian word for love, which brings separate beings back into unity. The ancient hieroglyph for the Mer is the form of a simple plow. The plow is what opens up the body of the earth, the physical body, so that seeds of new life can grow within that body. Mer, the divine vibrational power of love, is essential for our subtle bodies to grow and ripen to their full potential. Ka is the ancient Egyptian word for the subtle body of vital energy, what the Indians call prana, the Chinese called chi, and the Greeks called ether. The Ka hieroglyph in ancient Egypt was hands raised in a posture to receive or send an energy transmission. Ba is the ancient Egyptian word for the first subtle body of consciousness, which today we would call the soul, or in Western esotericism we would call the astral body. The Ba was shown by the head of a person on the body of a bird, showing the soul and mind having the ability to fly through the cosmos. Today we refer to this as astral travel. The term Mer, Ka, Ba literally tells us in the ancient Egyptian language how to create the activated subtle body vehicle of soul travel. The instruction is in the name itself. Merkaba tells us to permeate our own body of life energy, the Ka, and our own body of consciousness, the mind and emotions, the Ba, with the power of pure love, Mer. The true power of divine love alchemically transforms our subtle bodies of energy and consciousness, activating their inner light and perfecting their structure. Our subtle bodies become light in two ways: light in the sense of brilliantly illuminated, and also light in the sense of not heavy, so that they can literally ascend and fly through the higher worlds. The love-permeated subtle bodies are then drawn upwards through the higher planes back toward the divine plane of unity, an attraction we experience internally as true love. This is not an abstract philosophy. It is a literal alchemical process with profound transformations of the human being to a higher level. We can ascend from the black cube of physical incarnation, but only when we have learned all the lessons possible from our physical plane incarnations. We must first complete the alchemy of the subtle bodies through an unbreakable inner state of love, the attainment of a saint or spiritual master. If we were to try to ascend prematurely, driven by a neurotic need to escape the transformative pressure and suffering of physical plane existence through a false type of ascension, we would never reach our full potential. This would be like opening up a cocoon of a caterpillar prematurely. The gestating butterfly would be incomplete and would never reach its full beautiful form with wings to fly. This Merkaba, sacred geometry soul vehicle, has been described in some recent esoteric teachings as a star tetrahedron. However, this is only one geometric aspect of the Merkaba. The European Rosicrucians teach that there are three key sacred geometry forms related to three different levels of creation. The first level is the Godhead, manifesting through the point in the circle, which we discussed previously and experienced directly through applying the zero-point centering and radiance practice in our own energy centers. The second level is the macrocosm, manifesting through the hexagram, the six-pointed star known popularly today as the Star of David. The third level is the microcosm, manifesting through the pentagram. These grand creative forms are reflected into the human energy field as key sacred geometry structures of the human Merkaba. In 1907, the great Rosicrucian initiate Rudolf Steiner revealed the secret of the pentagram form of the human etheric body of life energy, the Ka of the Egyptian Merkaba, and the hexagram form of the human astral body of consciousness, the Ba of the Egyptian Merkaba. Steiner noted at the time that the pentagram of the etheric body is a flat plane form. However, the hexagram six-pointed star form of the astral body is in fact a three-dimensional form. This means that the hexagram of the astral body is in fact a stellated octahedron, also known as a star tetrahedron. The secret of the five-pointed pentagram form of the human etheric life energy body was embedded in the ancient Egyptian tradition, where the hieroglyph called Spa, meaning a star, showed a raised central point radiating 5 lines in the same direction as the points of a pentagram. In the human body, the raised center of the Spa is the human heart chakra, which in spiritual initiation becomes the organizing center for all the streams in the human etheric life body. From the heart, energy streams to the 5 points of the pentagram of the human body, to the head, the 2 hands, and to the 2 feet. Awakening our awareness of these streams from the heart is one of the 6 essential exercises in the Rosicrucian system of Rudolf Steiner, designed to activate and organize our subtle bodies. As the ancient Egyptian mysteries gave way in time to the Christian mysteries, the pentagram form of the etheric body became more commonly shown than the earlier star form used in ancient Egypt, which showed the etheric body streams from the heart directly to the 5 external points of the human body. In reality, both the ancient Egyptian star and the modern pentagram forms both exist in the human energy body, and each has specific applications. The pentagram form of the etheric body also holds within it the key sacred geometry principle known as the golden mean proportion, or the phi ratio. This is known classically as the proportion of beauty. It is the golden series of numbers which create a precise proportion with particular energetic powers. Although it has a universe of manifestations, the key to the golden or divine proportion is that it manifests the divine thought form of perfect balance and harmony through dynamic movement. Rather than cutting a line in half, which creates a more static balance, the divine proportion cuts the line at the location where the smaller portion is in the same proportion to the larger portion, as the larger portion is in proportion to the entire line. This is an expression in sacred geometry of the dynamic relationship between the macrocosm, the larger part of the line, and the microcosm, the shorter part of the line. The golden series begins with the proportion of 1, the original unity, to 1.618, ... which is a transcendental number that never ends. It reaches into infinity. The numbers in the golden series continue, so that any 2 adjacent numbers in the series create the same powerful proportion, linking macrocosm and microcosm. The pentagram of the etheric body holds the perfect divisions of the golden proportion. The golden proportion can also be expressed in whole numbers rather than in fractions, through what is known as the Fibonacci series. As the Fibonacci series progresses, the proportions between two adjacent numbers come closer and closer to the golden proportion of 1 to 1.618, providing a way to use whole numbers in energetic design, the way nature itself does. The Fibonacci whole number series creates the golden spiral, a dynamic and powerful growth pattern found in nature. This Fibonacci series is a foundation for harmonious natural growth patterns in humans, animals, and plants on the earth. So when we consider the pentagram of the etheric body as one part of the Merkaba soul vehicle, we can understand that the pentagram contains embedded within it the powerful dynamic growth pattern of the golden proportion, or phi ratio. This is the sacred geometry of dynamic life force and growth, which is the power and purpose of our etheric life body, the Ka of the Merkaba. The golden proportion expressed through the pentagram creates a cascade of dynamic energetic effects, including the creation of a fractal growth series of pentagram shapes reaching into infinity. We can now conclude this episode